So hey gang, and here we are, kind of smack in the middle of this Expired Domains Profits mini course, and I'm going to take the time to ask you for the purchase, and I'm pretty excited about the course. I feel it's a strong course, and the information that's taught in Revenue Domains Expired really isn't available elsewhere. There's plenty of information on search engine optimization and AdSense and affiliate marketing, and there's a lot of ebooks on domaining, but I've never really seen a course like this one. And if you've been kind of on the fence, take the time now to click the buy button below. Or if you've got questions, feel free to shoot me an email, brian1965@gmail.com, and I'll do my best to help you out and maybe answer a question or two that you've had. But today I want to go forward and I want to talk more about the system. And one of the fundamentals is really proper keyword research. And there's several steps along the way as far as start to finish, and we're going to get started with expired domain names, and we need to research the right domain names to buy. Then we need to kind of create the sites in the middle, and then we need to monetize the traffic at the end. And there's about 2 to 3 times throughout that process where I visit a lot of free keyword research tools, and I also use some paid ones. Now you can get started with free tools. Maybe you're already a subscriber to like WordTracker or NicheBot. But the bottom line is, in the beginning, we want to make sure we're not picking up any expired domain names that are really in areas that just aren't going to be profitable enough for us. In other words, a great example is I have a recipe site that does thousands of visitors a day. However, I probably make $5 or $6 a day at the most. And for the amount of time and energy I spent creating the site, I just don't feel like it's a very good investment of my time. So what I do now, and it really stems at the base of my education in internet marketing. When I got started, I really made sure I understood search traffic, search phrases, and I wanted to understand how to go about marketing those and taking advantage of what people are searching for. In other words, you want to make sure that there is a demand for what you're going to go into, and if there's not a demand, it just doesn't make sense to go into it. And just because there is a demand, like a recipe site would be a good example, there's thousands of people searching for recipes, but the problem is that you can get them everywhere online for free. So it's hard to make good money with that. So in the beginning, keyword research is very important to make sure that we want to place a bid on a particular expired domain name. Later then, we kind of revisit keyword research. And the second step, and that's what we're going to talk about today, is then identifying keywords within that niche subject. So let's take, I created a site some time ago on ski resorts. Now it's a pretty profitable area to be in, pretty darn competitive. Now several years ago I wasn't quite as savvy, and I just blogged about anything, and here's some weather information. Well, do you think there's really a lot of money to be made when someone's trying to figure out what the weather forecast is in Aspen? Well, let me tell you, there's not. But when I drive people to my pages based on, learn about Aspen Ski Resort or best hotels in Aspen, there's a lot of money in that. And AdSense clicks are much higher for those types of keyword phrases. Obviously, someone looking for the right type of a hotel, an advertiser is going to pay a lot more for that click rather than what's the weather forecast for in Aspen. So that's really the second part of the keyword research. And once we've gone ahead and we've been on an expired domain name and we get the name, we got this great domain for $20. All we need to do is make $1 a day, and we're going to be profitable in less than a month. Then what we want to do is we want to go in and we want to analyze, what kind of keyword phrases are advertisers, in other words, people that are advertising using Google AdWords or the Yahoo pay-per-click keyword program, what kind of traffic are advertisers paying for? And we just don't pick, the most expensive keywords. Rather, we look for what's the most competitive. And the reason being is that, a typical AdSense page, a web page that features AdSense ads on it, might have a total of, let's say, 8 or 9 advertisers through the AdWords program. Thus, those advertisers are getting injected into your AdSense advertising units. So if someone clicks on the number 8th position, because we're dealing with a system that's based on an auction system where people are trying to get the lowest bids, you might find a keyword that pays quite a bit of money, but if there's only 4 or 5 advertisers bidding for that, the guy at the number 8th position, or 5th, if there's only 4 or 5, the guy at the 5th position is probably not bidding that much, even though there's one high bid at number 1. So instead, my idea is let's look for both. Let's try to find a keyword phrase that has a pretty strong, a pretty large base of advertisers competing for that traffic. Let's choose phrases that are 50 cents, $1, $3 a click, and then let's create a keyword list out of these terms, and then let's base our content, our web pages, on those terms. And it's a pretty powerful concept. Since I've been doing this, I've got a lot of sites that don't really drive that much traffic, and the traffic continues to grow slowly as the same site gains ranking and gains a little power and gets established in the search engines. But because these pages are based on high-paying niches, high-paying keyword phrases, the sites make pretty decent money. So we're talking a couple $100, $300, $400 a month on a site that might only do 50 to 60 visitors a day. It's pretty powerful, and it's a great way to create a site, a mini site. Gone are the days where I'm building huge sites. Today it's all about a small focus, a very concise niche subject. And I'd like to try to focus on these launch pages, I call them, and I might launch with 10 pages or 20 pages, or even like 3 or 4. And then after some time, I analyze my results, and I look for domains that are making me money on a daily basis. And then I go back and I add more, I do more research on the keyword phrases. And this is really what we talk about in the Camtasia video number 6. I show you about 6 or 7 different free keyword tools online that you can use and you can utilize, and we talk about how to identify these areas of high competition amongst advertisers, which are ultimately going to drive higher click prices for you, and this basically makes your site more profitable. So a great concept, one that works quite well, and one that I've been doing great with, and one that I think will help you make more money too. So go ahead and take the plunge, get the course, and see if you like it. I'm going to back off on the salesy stuff for a while. I'll continue to make more great videos. We'll probably do about 1 more, and I think that should really wrap it up. The last video, we're kind of wrap everything up. We're going to talk about really how to get all this done quickly and easily, how to launch a site and not spend a ton of time, how we can outsource, how we can utilize great tools like WordPress, and some of the different things that I do to streamline my business. And one of the key concepts here is what I want to do every day is I want to focus most of my time on the most important things. And without a doubt, that is crafting great pages based on money terms, as I like to call them, on powerful domains. And if I can get more pages on the web, the better I'm going to do. So I don't want to get bogged down with trying to, create websites and upload and FTPing, and that's why I've been relying on WordPress. And any way I can streamline my operation and automate things, that's really a great word, and a great thing that I've been doing lately is automation. I don't want to get to the point where I'm black hat, and I also want to make sure you understand that none of these tactics I teach are black hat. You're not going to learn about push button tools to create 35-page websites with scraped content. This is all real content that you're going to create or you're going to hire out, and it works fantastically. So automation, working smart, building pages based on high keyword phrases, high-paying keyword phrases, finding the right kind of domain names and pulling it all together. Revenue Domains Exposed. Pretty proud to release this product, and I hope you guys get a lot of use out of it, and I hope you're able to drive some great online earnings using my course. So Brian Johnson will probably wrap up with 1 more video, and that'll be about it. I hope you found this course to be helpful, and if you're a domainer, I hope it's given you some other ideas when you're at the domain auction. If you're an affiliate marketer, maybe the idea of expired domain names is attractive to you. Or if you're just someone just getting started and you're not sure where you fit, this might be the course for you. So that's it, Brian Johnson, Revenue Domains Exposed. If you're watching this on YouTube or any of the other sites, feel free to swing by and check out my course. Take care.